Good morning, everyone. Corinne from Mama's Little Lambs. This morning I'm going to be sharing with you some things about fall. And I am going to share a video with you that we had taken some pictures, and I just wanted you to see what Colorado looks like, a small portion of it, in the fall time. So I hope you enjoy the video, and then I will be back to share with you the things that I have. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that video. There are so many beautiful things that I love about fall. Trees and leaves, the mountains, everything is just so gorgeous. All the changing of the leaves and how everything becomes so bright from summer's green to the autumn and fall time colors of yellow and gold and purple and red and orange. Just absolutely beautiful. You know, in Colorado, we have the 4 seasons, which I really enjoy each season. I do believe fall is one of my favorite, though. I think it's top on the list. So I don't know which one you like best, but you could always leave a comment down below what your favorite season is. But because we've seen so many leaves and beautiful things today, I want to share with you the first book that I have. I had some books for my October morning basket. However, I've added some more. This is just a small portion of some fall books I wanted to add in, and I still have a few more coming, but I want to share these while I have them. So it says, Why Do Leaves Change Colors? This is a fantastic book, and it's really good for science. And it just goes through, and it shows you different pictures of leaves. The illustrations are beautiful. And it talks about what happens in the fall, and it shows you different types of leaves, and it gives you the names of the leaves. And we were trying today to locate the maple, and the red maple, of course, is different. We were looking for the oak tree, and we found some awesome acorns. And then it just goes through, and it tells you inside a leaf there are veins, there's an upper surface, there's chlorophyll, there's an air hole, there's air space, and it goes to tell you what happens and why do the leaves change colors. And we know that the days become shorter, and the nights are cooler, and the mornings are cooler, and it just doesn't have enough sunlight to give the tree energy, and the food is being cut off, and that's why the leaves die and fall off. But between then, it is absolutely beautiful to see all the array of colors that the fall leaves bring, and the harvest, what comes in, and the children jumping in the leaves. How much fun that is. I love leaf piles. This is a sweet picture. So it's just really got a lot of good information, and it talks about here are some things you can do with leaves. And it talks about making a leaf rubbing. And you know how you can press some leaves and iron them between wax paper. We did that when I was little. And it just has some other different ideas for you to do. So this is really a fun and educational book. So we really like this book. The next book I got is called Seeds and Trees. And this goes through, it talks about a prince and how he wants to plant a garden and what tools he uses and the things they need to take out in order to make a healthy forest. And it just goes through, it talks about his friends and what he does and how he plays in the trees and how he picks apples and what's all in the forest. And it just goes through, and he ends up making friends, and they just do all kinds of great things, and They have tools, they work hard, and it talks about the tools they have and what he has to do to plant new seeds. And they need to get rid of the old and put in the new. And it's just a beautiful story. Really nice story. So I think that's something that you would really like. The next one is a cute book about apples and pumpkins. And it goes through, it's got some really cool pictures. Talks about when red and yellow leaves are on the tree. And it just goes through. We go to the Comstock farm to pick apples and pumpkins. And we went to the orchard, and I have a video that you can see if you would like. Check that out. It was a lot of fun. We got apples, and there was pumpkins, and there were animals. And it was just a great day. So there they are picking the apples, and there is a big bucket of apples, and then the pumpkin patch they went to, which I'm sure a lot of you are getting ready to do if you have not gone. So this is really a fun book. The next book I got is The Pumpkin Patch Parable, and it goes through and it gives you a note to parents from the author, and then it says, see the big red barn and those rolling green fields. That's where the farm lives, way out in the country. It is so far out, the streets don't even have stop signs. It talks about having fresh vegetables, and it just goes through all the things that the farmer does and the crops that he gets. Talks about the best seeds you have to get and how to plant a garden and how he starts everything. And it talks about the seeds disappear into the ground in neat rows and grew there in the dark all through the 4th of July. And it just takes you through each step, and he starts seeing everything come in. All the leaves are coming and budding, and pretty soon, before you know it, the pumpkins begin to grow, and he just has a wonderful harvest. And it just talks about October came at last, and every night grew dark earlier. And before they knew it, they just had tons of pumpkins, and he was going to sell them, and they were going to clean them out and make something good out of them. And it just shows everything. And down here it says, God's word is alive and working. It is sharper than a sword, sharpened on both sides. It cuts all the way into us, and God's word judges the thoughts and feelings in our hearts. Hebrews 4:12. It just talks about, there's a really cute poem about a pumpkin and how God takes everything, cuts the top out for the light to shine in, and how he cleans all the bad stuff out and gets rid of it, and he just fills it with a light for the world to see. I love that little poem. It's really a special poem. So this is really a nice book. I love this book. It's special. The next one is Countdown to Fall. And it's got some beautiful illustrations. Look, a little raccoon in there. And it just talks about what they do and how they hunt. Oh, there's the possums. And it goes through the different leaves and what kind of trees. Talks about the little squirrels. They gather acorns and they gather pine cones. They're getting their nest ready. And the bear, he's got to get things ready and prepared too. And here comes along Mr. Turtle. You can see Mr. Turtle and the lizards and the chipmunks and the owl, and you can see the leaves are changing colors. So this is a really fun book, Countdown to Fall. The next one is Fall Weather, and it's talking about cooler temperatures and what happens, and it's got a rain and the wind is blowing and the temperature's getting cooler. And this is a table of contents, and there are 4 chapters. So this is a little read aloud we'll do, and we will go through this and talk about what happens in the fall and daylight savings and how it gets dark earlier and just how the weather changes. So we'll read this. This is a really fun chapter book that we're going to share. The next one I have is Pumpkin Soup. Super cute book. How yummy. I don't know if you've ever had pumpkin soup. My sister made some, and she stuck it inside a pumpkin. It was fantastic. Fantastic, excuse me. And it just shows you. So they waited all that long afternoon. The cat watched the door. The squirrel paced the floor. That duck will be sorry when he comes home, they muttered. But the duck didn't come home, not even at soup time. It's just a really cute story. And they're sitting there feeling sad now, worried about him. But eventually, you'll see what happens. I don't want to spoil the story. So, Pumpkin Soup. Very cute book. The next one is Red Leaf, Yellow Leaf. This is beautiful. It's got like openings, cutouts where the leaf is. And it just goes through and it shows you all the different leaves, and it talks about what happens. And it says, I've been saving this little leaf from my sugar market tree so I could show it to you. I love my tree. And it just has some beautiful, what they all are, what trees do, what they help. They cover up the squirrels. Squirrels make beds, and just all the different things that you can do with sticks and leaves, and just takes you through a fun little journey and tells you all about it. It shows you how you can make a bird treat in the back. Just a really, really fun book. So I really like that book. The next one is, I love scarecrows. This is called The Scarecrow, The Scarecrow's Dance. I like this book. And he's just dancing away, and he gets off from his watch. And he takes off, and he leaves his site. And he is on the farm, supposedly doing his job. But he decides that that's not what he wants to do. And he leaves his watch, and things happen. And once again, I don't want to wreck the story, the ending of the story, so I'm not going to share all that. But it's a fun book, and it's important about our jobs and how we need to do the things we're supposed to do. And this is just really good. You guys will enjoy this very much. The next book is called Awesome Autumn. All kinds of fall facts and fun. And this is good. It goes through, it's got some beautiful pictures. Look around in autumn and you'll see a lot of changing happenings. These changes take plants, animals, and people from the hot days of summer to the cool days of winter. Autumn is a season of awesome changes, and it just has some beautiful pictures. It talks about days getting colder, the clothes we'll need to wear, what happens, days get shorter, nights get longer, and it talks about changing and why they change, the leaves change. Just beautiful illustrations in here. All these books. And just the evergreen, why it stays green. And then just the autumn brings frost. And it continues. It talks about harvest times and the crops and the farmers. Just beautiful. Plums and pears and pumpkins and apples. Very beautiful. And it talks about what shapes you can find in autumn. So it's a nice identifying those. And then it says, how does autumn sound? Boo, hooray, honk, crinkle, crack, hiss, gobble, swish. Just a super cute book. And it just goes through with many other pages of delightful pictures and different activities and facts. So that's a great book. The next one is Strega Mona's Harvest. I don't know if you've read her book. She's got several. And it goes through about her harvest and the things she's going to do and the seeds she's going to plant. And it's just a great book. And how they watch things to grow and just all the great things they're going to have. And like I said, I don't want to tell you all about it because then it takes away the joy and the fun. But just all the wonderful stuff they got. So this is a great book. Another one is called Where Once There Was a Wood. And it goes through and it talks about the different things that once there was a wood, a meadow, and a creek. And it takes you through many things. And at the end it says, let me get to that page. Where once there was a wood, a meadow, and a creek, sits houses side by side, 20 houses deep. And it is really sad when we think about how life has changed and what used to be meadows and fields and forests are now lots of homes. And it talks about welcome wildlife, talks about habitat. It just talks about shelter and space and water. And it goes through and gives you a lot of great information. It talks about food. It talks about butterflies and hummingbird gardens, and just gives you more information if you want to get other books or gather more information about this. But this is a wonderful story. It's just really nice, and I think you will enjoy it. And then on the back it talks about perfect for Earth Day, or observing fall, or welcoming spring back. So it's just a really fun book. The last book I got is called Fall Walk, and that's what we did today. We took a fall walk, and we walked and we seen beautiful things. And this is a great book. I had not seen this book before. And I was searching and going through, and I came across this book, and I said, I want that book. And it says poplar and willow, and it talks about the different trees. I went for a walk, and the leaves today, they rustled and crunched as I kicked them away. And it gives you all the different flowering plum and the cottonwood. It talks about the colors. It talks about their shapes. It talks about where you find them along the way. And it is just absolutely beautifully illustrated, and it shows you all the different colors, what they will be, the different leaves, the names of the trees. It's just a beautiful, beautiful book. So, fall walks, they're wonderful. Going on hikes and just going on nature walks and collecting acorns and pine cones and leaves and all the wonderful things along the way. It's such a blessing. I hope you have enjoyed this video. We had a blessed time on our hike. We love fall. Colorado in fall time is gorgeous. The mountains and seeing all the array of colors is breathtaking. So if you've liked this video, go ahead, give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to subscribe to see some more great, fun videos, we do several things. We talk about curriculum, homeschooling. We talk about hauls, bargain buying, all the different books from Usborne, just so many great and fantastic things. We love doing collaborations, talking about books we read for the month, and we just have such a great time. So if you would like, hit subscribe, join us, and don't forget to click the notification bell. That way it will let you know when a new videos come out and you can join us. And please leave any comments you have down below. Share with me some of your favorite books and your favorite season. That would be wonderful to know. And may you always remember to be thankful, grateful, and blessed. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.